Good morning. It is 6:38 a.m. on Tuesday, July 12th, 2016. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, I stayed up a little bit too late last night, fruitlessly and futilely reading stuff that upsets me on the internet. It's definitely was a case of like why? I don't know. It was not a good sort of thing. Like it was one of those things I could tell even at the time. It's just like, why am I doing this to myself? I'm not gaining anything from this, and yet I couldn't quite make myself stop. Not to an extreme degree, but certainly in the degree of I did it far longer than was helpful in any way. And then eventually I just had to kind of just put the iPad aside, get into bed, and spend some time just thinking about things that make me happy. Like Luna. Even though right now she's kind of pouting. She wants to play or something. She's under the desk. Are you doing okay, Luna? Did you stay up too late reading the internet? She didn't. She was napping in the corner during that whole incident. Um, but there are things that make me happy, and I think it's a balance, right? Because you don't want to just bury your head in the sand and try to pretend that there's nothing bad happening anywhere. You don't want to remain ignorant of important issues in the world, even if they're upsetting. But there's also balance too. Like it's about finding a productive way to approach that stuff instead of just reading upsetting stories and feeling helpless. Like that's not useful. There needs to be a way to challenge it into something more effective. I'll have to think more about that. In other news, so I played a bunch of Pokemon Go yesterday, just kind of trying it out. I am a little concerned with some of the stuff that people are talking about where it allows access to your whole Gmail account. Like that seems not great. Have to. I think that you can revoke that access. I'm not sure. Some of that's still being sorted out. I mean, I'm not actually, honestly, all that worried about, it being abused, but it's still not a great practice. I did discover that while riding the bus, I can encounter a lot of the Poke Stops, which are just various little landmarks that you can interact with to get items. Catching the Pokemon is less simple on the bus because you're moving so much, and you don't want to be going like this to try to find them. So I've kind of decided that I'm going to continue to play the game, but only while walking, and not doing it on the bus. Or, yeah, and I think that that's a compromise. And it's like I'm not going to necessarily play it forever or anything, but you know, while I'm having fun with it. Luna is not altogether sure what to think in the sense that she's getting a little bit more outside time, but my walking pattern is different than before. I will occasionally stop in places that she's not expecting to stop and want to keep going in times when she doesn't want to. Although that part's not new. I frequently want her to continue on past the small pile of rotting something on the side of the path. Yeah, it's like, nope, you do not need to sniff that. And she's like, I'm pretty sure I do. And I was like, nope, you really, really don't. It's like, but just let me sniff it for a second. Maybe roll on it. and then try eating it. And I'm like, I've listened to your plea, but my answer is still no. And then I will get distracted by a bleep from my phone, and when I'm paying attention again, Luna has eaten it. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.